Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me here today. My name is Dionne-day. I'm a business capture specialist with the Boeing Company. I've been doing this for more than 7 years. You probably don't know what business capture means, and I'm here today to tell you what business capture is all about. How many of you here have served in the armed forces? Great. Do you know how you get your ships, planes, aircraft, satellites? Yes. So for those of you who are not part of the armed forces, Boeing uses the business capture team to get business from our armed forces. So generally speaking, the process begins with an RFP, which is a request for proposal from our customer, which could be the Army, the Navy, the Air Force. And they'll put out requirements for a new configuration. This could be a satellite that would help border patrol. This could be a Navy vessel that can turn into a submarine. Right now we have a request for an aircraft that can go over 400 knots. That would be one of the fastest aircrafts, that has ever been created. So it doesn't exist right now, but this is a great new opportunity for Boeing to step into a new market. So business capture is all about getting new business that puts us at the front of the industry in, our competitors are people like Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, and it's very important that we use our military customer as a big base for our defense funding. What many people don't know is that defense funding has actually carried our company through the last 30 years. It's what funded all of our commercial aircraft development. So it's very important to us that we really have strong relationships with our customer, especially on the defense side, and that we really work to meet their needs and develop these new products. So generally speaking, the proposal process requires this RFP, like I mentioned. Then from the RFP, you are actually working with engineers. You pick subject matter experts, the best of the best within the Boeing Company, and you design a new configuration. That could be, sometimes you have 4 weeks to design a completely new aircraft, sometimes you have a year. So just recently we finished a program where we had 4 weeks to develop, what I mentioned earlier, the fastest aircraft ever made. So it's a high pressure situation, and it's very important, again, that we go to DC, meet with our customer, make sure that the configuration we're developing is on mark with their requirements. And when we position ourselves in this way, it gives us a much higher chance of winning the program. This program is a $30 billion program, and obviously there's a lot of pressure to win it. So that's what I came to talk today to you about, and I really hope that you learned something new about what business capture is all about. Thank you.
Okay, stay up there so we can get you on camera. So, overall, clearly expert in the material. I thought you did a really nice job explaining. One of the things that I like about your natural side is you're naturally expressive.
Yeah.
Right? You have great facial expressions.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I've noticed is you aren't as deliberate in your hand gestures. So one of the things that you could review on your videotape, there are certain times where you're going 1, 2, 3, and then right at the end you were going like this, but it was not a point that you were trying to make where you were counting. So something you could look for.
Okay.
In terms of so you're using your hands in a lot of ways. You sway back and forth.
Yeah, I do that.
And you cross your legs.
Yes.
So remember what I was saying is bring your energy down.
Okay.
To really help you.
Okay.
So that you can really focus on what you're doing, because you're clearly an expert. You have your face is so expressive. I think your face carries a lot that you don't need as many of those hand gestures and body.
Yeah, and that's like purely compulsive. Right. Yeah.
But once you're aware of it, you can try to make it more natural.
No, you're right.
Or at least think about it. Lots of disfluencies.
Yeah.
So look for that on your tape.
Okay.
We didn't get a chance to talk about it, but we're going to do an exercise if we have time today to just make us more aware of it. The more
that would be great.
You can.
I have gotten feedback on that. There was one of the executives that's my mentors. He just said women, especially, he thinks, have a tendency to do that or say right at the end of what you're saying because you're looking for affirmation, but that it makes people lose confidence in you, and it's part of that cyclic thing of women in the workplace, blah blah blah. So he just
and I think when you were taking a quick break, we were talking about that. Oftentimes tend to form it as a question,
Right,
as
okay, so you
in the
don't.
affirmative.
Okay.
But you have a lot of natural things that you can do just to make it just kind of push it to the next level. So
Okay.
look for that on the video and
Okay.
it really helped. Other comments?
I think you did a really great job not being distracted by everybody walking through the hall.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I would have lost where I was, so kudos to
Okay,
that.
that's good.
One thing I did notice, you did do well about that. You did at first do the good eye circulation, but then you would stop at Gretchen and miss us.
Sorry.
And then, but you went back over here and you stayed here for a while, but then you went back to us.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got back to us,
Okay.
but there was a good probably 45 seconds
Where I missed
not
you
so
guys.
much.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright.
One thing I thought was great was your rate.
Yeah.
I know you said you wanted to work on that, and I thought you did a great
Mhm.
rate. What did you guys think?
I see a real natural flow. It
Alright,
didn't
great.
seem rushed
Yeah.
at all.
I don't think you can speak as quickly as you think you do.
Right.
At least
Okay.
not when
I
you're presenting, at least.
Okay.
And then you're just working
I've
on
made a
it.
huge effort to slow
Awesome.
down because I have been in meetings and it's usually older folks and they'll just be like doing this and I'll be like, you didn't hear me? Sure, let me just.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I know that been focusing on the speed and I've known that this is kind of a thing, so that'll have to be the next
Yeah.
focus, yeah.
So tomorrow, maybe, when you practice your speech tonight for tomorrow, look at the tape and then
Yeah.
try to practice in a certain way in front of someone or in front of the mirror and see if you can maybe play with that a little bit more before it
Yes.
tomorrow.
Okay, alright, thank you.
Good, great job.
Thanks.